Dear students, I, Mr. Vishal Shah, Assistant Professor, Krishna Institute of Pharmacy, Karad, once again welcome you all to this session on the chapter Fats and Oils. In this video, we are going to discuss about the derived lipids. This is the third type of our lipid, that is the derived lipids. Derived lipids, as we have discussed in classification also, these are nothing but they are not considered as the lipids, but they are the products that are obtained from the lipids. That's why they are known as the derived lipids. In the previous video, we have finished with the compound lipids as well as the simple lipids. Now, if you are coming first time to this my YouTube channel, then you can subscribe to get the more videos related to the pharmaceutical organic chemistry. Also, you can watch the previous videos. If you like the content of this video, you can share with your friends. So let's begin with our today's session. Before that, just we will discuss the learning outcomes of this session. After this session, students will be able to explain the classification of the derived lipids. So let's begin with the first classification of derived lipids. As I said, derived lipids are nothing but they are not actual lipids, but these are the products that are obtained from the lipids. That's why they are known as the derived lipids. Now, derived lipids are of two types. One is fatty acids and other one is the steroids. Means broadly we can classify derived lipids into fatty acids. This is the major component, because we know that simple lipids as well as the compound lipids, when they undergo the hydrolysis, they will be converted into the fatty acids. And in addition to that, some products that are obtained from the lipids are the steroids. So this is the classification or the tree diagram which shows the derived lipids. Derived lipids are classified into fatty acids and the steroids or the sterols. Now we know fatty acids are of two types. One is the saturated fatty acids and other one is the unsaturated fatty acids. Unsaturated fatty acids are divided into monosaturated fatty acids and the polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now, unsaturated fatty acids, they are consisting of the either double or triple bond. Now, depending upon the number of double bonds, further these unsaturated fatty acids are also classified into monosaturated, means they are having only one double bond or a triple bond, and polyunsaturated means they are consisting of the more number of double bonds. Further, steroids are classified into three classes. Now you can say three examples: vitamin D, then different sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, then bile acids. So this is about the classification of derived lipids. Now we will discuss one by one these different types of the derived lipids. First, we will start with the fatty acids. Fatty acids are hydrolytic products that are obtained from the fats. They are composed of long hydrocarbon chain as a tail and a terminal carboxyl group as a head. As we have discussed, fatty acids are consisting of the hydrophobic region in the form of the long chain or long tail, or also they are consisting of the hydrophilic portion in the form of the carboxylic group. They have general formula as CN, H twice N, C double bond O OH. Means all fatty acids are having the molecular formula, general molecular formula CN, H twice N, COH. Now the carboxylic acid group that is present in the fatty acids, it becomes ionized at physiological condition, and due to which their hydrophilicity increases. However, those fatty acids which contain an even number of carbon atoms are found in nature, that is either in the plant or the animal. So most of the fatty acids that are present, they are having even number of carbon atoms and they are obtained either from the plant or the animal. As we have seen in the classification chart, that fatty acids are classified into two types. One is the saturated fatty acids and other one is the unsaturated fatty acids. So first we will discuss about the saturated fatty acids and then we will discuss about the unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids are also known as non-essential fatty acids because they are synthesized in our body, while unsaturated fatty acids are known as the essential fatty acids because they are not synthesized in our body, so that they must be obtained from the diet that we are consuming. Saturated fatty acids are derived from the plants as well as different animal source. They are the fatty acids containing no double bond. As it indicates saturated, these fatty acids doesn't consisting of any double bond. All the carbon atoms are possessing a single bond only. They are having a general molecular formula CnH twice N COOH. These fatty acids are synthesized in body and are not essential to be supplied in the body in the form of the diet, and hence are not essential to be supplied from the diet. Hence they are known as the non-essential fatty acids. The molecular weight of saturated fatty acids contribute to its physical properties. The fatty acids that contain 10 carbon atoms or fewer in the molecular weight are liquid at room temperature, while higher fatty acids are solids whose melting point increases with increasing the molecular weight. Means number of carbon atoms that are present, it directly determines the molecular weight of that saturated fatty acids. If number of carbon atoms that are present in the saturated fatty acids are less, then these fatty acids are liquid at the room temperature. As we increase the number of carbon atoms in these fatty acids, then it leads into the increase in the melting point. Also, they becomes solid at the room temperature. Fatty acids up to 4 carbon atoms are miscible with water in all proportion. As we increase the number of carbon atoms, then solubility rapidly decreases as well as the miscibility with water decreases. Means only fatty acids, those are having 4 carbon atoms, they are miscible or soluble into the water. Now the following table shows the formulae of the most common saturated fatty acids. For example, acetic acid, which is having number of carbon atoms 2, having molecular formula CH3COH. Then butyric acid, which is having number of carbon atoms as 4, having molecular formula C3H7COH. Caproic acid, number of carbon atoms 6, molecular formula CH3COI. Caprylic acid, number of carbon atoms 8, C7H15COH. Then capric acid, which is having number of carbon atoms as 10, formula C9H19COH. Then lauric acid, which is consisting of the 12 number of carbon atoms, having the molecular formula C11H23COH. Then myristic acid, it is having the number of carbon atoms as 14 and the molecular formula C13H27COH. Palmitic acid, having the number of carbon atoms 16, C15H31COH. And stearic acid, which is having the number of carbon atoms as 18 and the molecular formula C17H35COH. So as we increase the number of carbon atoms, water miscibility or water solubility decreases. Only these two fatty acids are miscible with water, and as we increase the number of carbon atoms, miscibility with water will decrease. Also, those fatty acids which are having up to 10 number of carbon atoms, they are liquid at room temperature, but as we increase the number of carbon atoms, they becomes solid at the room temperature. Palmitic acid and stearic acid, these are the commonly found fatty acids in the different simple as well as the compound lipids. So this is about the saturated fatty acid. Next point, unsaturated fatty acid. That is the second type of fatty acids is unsaturated fatty acids. Fatty acids which are consisting of one or more than one double bond, then their molecules or they are known as unsaturated fatty acids. As these are not synthesized in the body, but they are essentially obtained from the diet or natural sources. That's why they are known as essential fatty acids. So whatever the body requirement of these fatty acids are there, it must be obtained from the diet. That's why they are known as essential fatty acids. They are represented by the formula CnH twice N minus 1 COH. As double bonds are present, here we have to decrease the number of hydrogen atoms. They have either one or more double bonds. Further, examples of these types of the fatty acid include oleic acid. Oleic acid is consisting of 18 carbon atoms, and this is consisting of one double bond. As in classification we have discussed that unsaturated fatty acids are either monounsaturated fatty acids or the polyunsaturated fatty acid. So here you can see the example of monounsaturated fatty acid is oleic acid because it is consisting of only one double bond. Linoleic acid, that it contains 18 carbon atoms and two double bonds. This is the example of polyunsaturated fatty acid. Then linoleic acid, that contains 18 carbon atoms and 3 double bonds, and the arachidonic acid, that is consisting of 20 carbon atoms and 4 double bonds. So linoleic acid, linolenic acid and arachidonic acid, these are the examples of polyunsaturated fatty acids, while oleic acid is the example of the monounsaturated fatty acid. Then we will see what are the different functions that are shown by our fatty acids. Now, fatty acids are essential for the growth. They must be taken in the diet because the body cannot synthesize them, as the enzymes that are needed for their synthesis are absent in the humans. So that's why whatever the essential fatty acids are there, they must be taken from the diet. Arachidonic acid, which is one of the essential fatty acids, is important for the biosynthesis of prostaglandins. Prostaglandins are the various mediators that are required for the different cycle that are occurring in our body, and for that purpose arachidonic acid is acting as a starting material. In high concentration, along with the lipids, they constitute the structural elements of the tissue, and they prolong the blood coagulation period and cure the skin lesions. Also, they are involved in the different gonads for the reproductive function. So these are the various functions that are shown by the different fatty acids. So here in this video in detail we have discussed about the fatty acids, its classification as well as the functions. In next video we will discuss about the remaining part, that is the steroids. So if you have any queries related to the pharmaceutical organic chemistry, you can contact me on this particular mail ID. And if you like the content of this channel, again I request you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next video.